I'm a DJ since 25 years. I started in 1990 and I started as a rock DJ actually. I even warmed up for Nirvana in 1991, but then soon moved into hip-hop actually because I got bored by rock music, and then into club music. Eventually I started DJing in Frankfurt in the center of Germany, and then I moved to Berlin, and then I started my own label called Man Recordings in 2005 after I went to Brazil to find out about this sound called baile funk, which was a local sound back then. As a DJ there was a big crisis in music for me, I didn't find anything that excited me, but I always had a big love for Brazilian music and African music. It was really hard to get access to this music because it was the pre-internet age. You would have to go to record shops to find out about music, and back then it was labels that decided which music would reach Europe. Today, you can get music directly from people from Luanda and Angola to Johannesburg to Rio. You don't need a label in between that says this music is good and this is bad. When I was so bored with club music from Europe, a friend went to Brazil to study and he came back and brought me a CD from Rio. He said, check it out, this is what the people listen to. And then I was blown away by the power of the music because it was really energetic, it was full of samples. It reminded me a lot of early 90s breakbeat, jungle music even sometimes, and it was impossible to get that music in Europe, so I decided to go to Rio myself. I made my first compilation and then got really a lot of reviews internationally, and then I started my label as a platform for this music in Europe, and from there I went many times to Brazil and released until today 86 records on my label, and they're mostly related to Brazilian music, lately also more into African music style. The common ground is bass, but in different styles such as baile funk, but also a bit of kuduro, afro house, and the Caribbean styles, dancehall. I think it's very versatile and innovative because it's influencing each other. It's more referring to what's happening today and is incorporating new genres such as trap, for example. There's now tropical trap where they mix like cumbia or baile funk with trap, and I think that's why this music stays alive and stays interesting, because it's looking into the future and it's especially trying to find out what's happening in countries such as South Africa, Angola, Mozambique, countries that until 10 years ago no one knew what happened there except for a few things, but now since everybody's online, you can really find out what's happening on the streets of Luanda in real time, and it's really exciting. And also that's the reason why I, for example, didn't go to Brazil now for 3 years, because you can find out about new artists going to the blogs, looking on YouTube. I've been very interested in the Portuguese-speaking African countries because I started with Brazil, and there's a language correlation between these countries. Also musically, there's lots of relationships. As I said, I went to these countries and I got really inspired by music, especially from Angola, Duro music, but also this new Afro house that just emerged from there. And of course, as a producer and DJ, I'm always interested in new music, but now there's like a pressure to really do it, and not stay lazy, but really keep my ears open. And since the internet has arrived, this kind of idea of a particular local style has a bit lost its meaning because everything's now globally circulating. But nevertheless, each city has its own climate and cultural tradition and social fabric, which creates certain kinds of music styles.